The boy's temperature was over 100 degrees. When his mother kissed him, her lips were burned with many blisters. His sister called him as a monster. In anger, the boy set the blanket on fire with his butt. Thank God his mom had a fire extinguisher handy. Turns out they had all sizes of extinguishers. The parents were very distressed, because windmills would catch fire with just a couple of spins, and any toy he touched would melt. Every time they hugged their son, they had to wear heat-resistant gloves. The neighbors suggested using ice cream to cool him down, but as soon as the ice cream touched his hands, it melted immediately. His friends didn't want to play with him, so he would straighten his sister's curly hair while she slept, or secretly ignite his brother's fireworks. Soon, when the boy reached marriageable age, his parents told the in-laws about his condition, fearing the marriage would be called off. Surprisingly, they were cool about it and turned on the air conditioning. Then the girl brought in popsicles. The boy refused, but the girl insisted. To everyone's amazement, it didn't melt this time. His sister and parents were baffled. The boy took a bite, and his red hair instantly faded, totally mesmerizing the girl. So, the question is, do you know what advertisement this is?
A tree grew a human head, but nobody believed it was real. The policeman asked the man why he hid in the tree. He said he'd been living in that tree for 100 years and claimed to be the grandfather of these mushrooms. Even though there were indeed mushrooms on the tree, the police didn't believe him. They tried to pull his face off, but no matter how hard they tried, it wouldn't budge. They were both shocked on the ground. Then, the police got a new idea. He opened the little boy's cage and put beetles on the man's face, even in his nose. But still, the man didn't move at all. The police didn't know what to do and had to resort to a last-ditch effort. Soon, a pretty policewoman showed up. When the man saw her, his eyes opened wide.
早く出てこないと逮捕しちゃうんだぞ。バッキュー。
取り調べよろしくお願いします。署に行きましょう。徹底的にマンツーマンでお願いいたします。何これ?
Albert went to adopt a cat, but there was only a black one left. In this country, people thought black cats were unlucky. Albert felt sorry for the cat and decided to take it home. On the way, they stopped at a red light, but when the cat meowed, the light turned green at once. Albert was surprised but didn't think much of it. Then, when they were about to leave the car, the cat meowed again, and an umbrella blew over. Suddenly, it started raining heavily. When they got to the building, the elevator wasn't working. Albert thought they'd take the stairs, but when the cat meowed once more, the elevator started working again like magic. That's when Albert realized the cat was special. At home, the cat meowed again. Albert picked it up and found a flyer for a lottery with a big prize of 3 million. He understood something and hurried to buy a ticket, but as they walked, the cat meowed and hid in his arms. He stopped to see what was happening, and just then, a tree fell down. The cat saved his life. At the lottery shop, there was only one ticket left, and when the cat meowed again, Albert knew it was the jackpot ticket. At that moment, a couple came in. Seeing the woman's big belly, Albert decided to give them the jackpot. Good people deserve to have good luck. If you agree, click the like button, and may you have good luck too. This is a magical mirror where anyone can turn into their childhood selves, whether it's an 80-year-old girl or Spider-Man. Just 100 minutes ago, this man accidentally found that his reflection in the mirror had turned into a baby. Then he found a bigger mirror, and his reflection was still a baby. Whatever action he made, the baby would do the same. At that moment, a woman walked over and saw herself as a child. She scratched her head and started dancing. Before long, others discovered this magical mirror too and rushed over to see their childhood selves, making all sorts of funny movements. The man now imitated the woman's dance with exaggerated hip movements. An 80-year-old girl passed by, nearly having a heart attack at the sight. Meanwhile, Spider-Man at work also discovered the secret of the mirror. Do you like this mini Spider-Man? Comment 1 if you do, and 2 if you don't. Spider-Man and mini Spider-Man played games together and even built a large bridge. Then they started a jump rope competition. Seeing such an adorable Spider-Man, can you give him a like and show your support?
The woman hugged her husband and showed a creepy look. Even their son gave his dad an eerie smile. Quickly, comment to protect yourself with dog emojis. Not long ago, the man had passed away due to illness. The sad woman came up with an idea. She set up a large pot, melted 999 chocolate beans into sauce, and then crafted a human-shaped sculpture. The next day, they found that the sculpture had come to life and could even talk.
Say something.
Mother and son cried tears of joy. From then on, the family lived happily together. One day, after the dad played baseball with his son, the son noticed some chocolate on the ball and tasted it, which made him show a creepy smile. After the mom hugged the dad, she also showed a strange look. From then on, the mother and son often peeped at the dad, who always felt a chill down his spine. Finally, one day, while the dad was resting on the sofa, his wife and son suddenly approached, holding knives and forks. This is a world with distorted beauty standard, where people change their looks with surgery to have faces like snakes, small upturned noses, and smiling lips. Growing up here, Kim has always wanted to look like everyone else. At this moment, her mom walks in. She sees Kim's drawing and hangs it on the wall, proud of her. As Kim gets older, she becomes very dissatisfied with her appearance. She wants to be seen as pretty by everyone. So, she asks her friend to go to a surgery hospital with her. In the consultation room, Kim shows a picture of how she wants to look, but the doctor says the surgery can be done, but her money is not enough. Kim walks out of the room in a daze and goes home alone. Later that night, she asks her mom for money.
나도 수술할래.
If everyone on Earth looks exactly the same, including your parents, will you stay the same or follow the crowd? Kim chooses the latter. Since she was little, she's always wanted to look like her mom, but her mom coldly says she won't pay for it. Feeling upset, Kim goes outside, and suddenly someone approaches. It turns out to be her friend bringing her bag she left at the hospital. Kim looks up and freezes in place, surprised that her friend has already had the expensive surgery, having the face Kim has always dreamed of. But her stiff facial muscles can't even form a smile. Kim feels even more lonely, as if she is the only different one in the world. She bumps into a man, who also has the same face, and looks at Kim strangely. The sad girl notices an advertisement on the wall. A hospital is recruiting volunteers for plastic surgery. Kim is very tempted, so she goes to this unnamed hospital. The plastic surgeon hands her a contract, and without much thought, Kim fills in her name. Little does she know, this will all turn into a nightmare. The girl finally succeeds in her plastic surgery. Her mother removes the bandages on her face. She looks at her sharp face and cute nose, feeling very satisfied. But suddenly, her mother shows a horrified expression, and the sounds of surgical instruments fill the air. Her mother slowly backs away, disappearing into the shadows. It turns out it was all just a dream. The real girl has been disfigured, blood soaking through the bandages. Turns out, Kim lives in a distorted world where almost everyone undergoes plastic surgery. Her dad, mom, and sister all have plastic surgery faces, but her mother refuses to give her the money. Driven by intense desire, Kim chooses to become a volunteer for a shady hospital's free plastic surgery program. During dinner time, the family sits down as usual. When Kim joins in, they suddenly all look up at Kim, speechless. The short film aims to criticize the singular distorted beauty standards. And remember, all of you watching are the most beautiful person in this world.
The man put the teacup into the wall, and it unexpectedly turned into chocolate. His wife grabbed the cup and took a big bite. They were stunned. It was unbelievably delicious. They quickly turned all the furniture into chocolate. Soon, the oven, refrigerator, and even the bed were eaten. Before long, the luxurious suite was reduced to a bare room. At this moment, the wife suddenly had a terrifying idea. But in the next second, both of their arms were completely eaten.
A man has no face. They were hanging on the wall, scaring him into the fifth emoji from your phone. Today, he chose a smiling face. Wanting to be happy, he went to buy things, but the shopkeeper glared at him fiercely. Walking on the street, all the passers-by gave him cold looks. Some even deliberately bumped into him without apologizing. While waiting for the bus, everyone cut in line. Only one girl gave him a smile, but it was immediately stopped. At work, his boss also had a fierce expression and said he was late again. A colleague's pen broke and he directly threw it at his head. He wanted to draw a smiling face to comfort himself, but this happened. He realized that blindly enduring would only make everyone look down on him. On the way home, he accidentally bumped into a man. Instead of saying sorry, he glared at him fiercely. The smile on the man gradually froze. When he got home, he hung his face on the wall. At that moment, all the faces on the wall were sad faces, with only the last smiling face hanging in the upper right corner.